quiz is garbage. No way. Ooh, this guy thinks he's Captain Knots. Thinks he's Captain Tying Knots. When everyone needs some knots tied, they go to him.
Rock and roll is very simple. Just 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is rock and roll. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Välkommen till livestreamen.
Hello. Good afternoon, everybody. We're gonna be taking it easy today. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope it's as nice out as by you as it is by us. It's like the first actual day of summer, which is pretty badass. But yeah, I hope you guys are doing well. We're gonna take it easy today. I am starting to plan a guitar build. As I've gotten pickier, I've always kind of wanted to do it, but never pulled the trigger or whatever the term is, actually got going with it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna do something simple for a first build. Hello, Jen. I'm gonna do something simple for a first build, probably actually a 6-string. I'll explain a little bit of what I'm thinking. I would love some feedback. That'd be cool to get your guys' opinion on what route, we could maybe take it into the first build. So it'll be pretty cool. And I still have to do some of the soloing. Yeah, so we'll see how we're just doing like a shorter hour today before I have to teach. But I am pooped. I haven't slept in a few days, and it's we'll see how the playing goes. But, what are you guys up to today? Anything exciting going on? For those who want to hear it, I'll show you the rough of the first solo. Like I said, this is not the final recording, but just this is, yeah, got the ideas out. There's one more part that I have thrown a lot of ideas out and not made up my mind on, and we're gonna see what happens with all of those. So here's the first solo. And that's Lee. What's up, Mad Mac and Raiders? How are you guys? Oh, have you not seen this guitar before? I love this guitar, man. This is, I had one for many years that was very similar with a Floyd, a black and green one. And then, yeah, I dig this one a lot. Yeah, and actually that's, so like I was mentioning, you guys might have some good opinions on this. So, there's a few guitars I kind of want, but I was thinking I'm gonna end up building one. My dad's got a wood shop that I can use, and my uncle's a carpenter, and so I have a lot of supervision and help. So, I'm trying to figure out exactly what show them how to play guitar. Hey, everybody has off days. I haven't slept much, so we'll see how I play myself. But yeah, we're gonna build something. And really, I'm trying to keep it simple for a first build. And so the most important things for me, I want 24 frets that are stainless steel. Good access to the high frets. I'm just gonna do like a hip shot bridge, and it's probably gonna be a 6-string. And I'm kind of thinking of doing a reverse inline headstock with kind of like the kind of like this headstock. So it would be kind of like that. But we'll see. But yeah, those. Yeah, I've always wanted the reverse, and I've never actually had a guitar that had one, which is disappointing. So I might as well build it. And assuming that goes well, then I'm gonna do something fancier. And I think I might just start on a 7, building a 7. But I'm thinking I'm gonna build a 6-string because I need one of those. Why not? So yeah, this part's a little crazy. Kind of forgot the one part. So for anyone out there, what are the things that you look for most in a guitar, or what would be the things that you would, if you were building your first one, you would not couldn't live without, I guess? There's a lot of things I'm not picky about, but there's certain things that now that I know, like the stainless steel fret thing, now that I know how much better they are, it's like, ugh, I can't go back. Not gonna happen. Have you guys seen my multi-scale? Here, let me try it on that. Got this crazy thing. I love a lot of different guitars instead of... Yeah, it's true. I do like the variety of things. But yeah, there's some things that I just yeah, really like. Yeah, this is anyway, this is my 8-string that Bill Conklin built for me. What year was this built? 2008. So it's kind of crazy because this is like early fan fret technology. I don't know if Conklin got really well known for building like ridiculous basses at first. They had like they were making 7-string basses like a long time ago, and now I mean, obviously there's 8 strings all over the place. But the thing that's interesting about this one is it has a high A string, so it's yeah, so instead of, you know, the low B, low F sharp, or drop E, or whatever you're using, these strings are a little old, so we'll see how it, yeah, it's kind of interesting because the way that I have this set up right now is low A, so A, E, A, B, G, E, A. What strings do you get for? So for this one, yeah, it's interesting. It's cool. I don't really need it to be too low. I've had some of those 8 strings in the past, and it just I wasn't using it like I didn't like using it for like the heavy stuff. I actually ended up using it more for clean stuff. And then it was like, you know, competition with the basses. It's cool. It just wasn't 7's kind of perfect for me. But I got this one because I was working with a keyboard player that wrote a lot of really crazy shit, and I had to, like, instead of having to say, you like make that jump, right? That whatever. I could just go in one location. Cause I like, and I don't ever really go up like. That's kind of annoyingly high, right? Yeah. So as far as strings for this, I could be wrong because I don't. It's been a while since I've seen. I paid attention to what the specs were, but I think my high A is like. The high A is like kind of like the Gibson scale length, and then it ends up drop A 7, like what would be the 7th string, goes to so like 26 and a half or 27. I don't honestly remember. But as far as like the string gauge goes, the string I've been using essentially hybrid strings for the 6 strings. So start with the normal E string. The high one would be a 9 gauge, and then it gradually becomes 10 gauge strings. I'm using if in standard, like if I have this as a B, I'm normally using something between, depends on the guitar. I don't remember what's on this one specifically, but I would bet it's a 60. And then the high A is actually an 8 gauge. I actually just saw that Ernie Ball Company is doing like a million different versions of the Slinky ones now, like 7 and like half gauges and stuff. So I'm actually in the market for a new company to work with for strings. So I think I'm just gonna test a ton of them out. That's kind of what I did with the picks and landed on the Swiss picks. Been a while since I've actually. It's funny how much more this one like messes with your brain. Just because it's a new first string, you kind of lose your foundation a little bit. Right there. I just changed my chord. Yeah, the multi-scale is pretty cool. If we had known at the time, if you guys, I'm guessing if you've seen Ormsby guitars, you've seen the Rusty Cooley one. But that design is pretty cool. Actually, Rusty was the guy that introduced me to this company. That's who built his first 7-string. Or 8-string, I can count. Yeah, the bridge is the weird thing, I think, on the multi-scale. It doesn't really feel that strange down here, but the bridge can be a little weird. So I like the Rusty Cooley model because it's a straight bridge here. He even has a trem on it. Yeah, I do know Rusty Cooley. He's I've actually known him for a while. He back before YouTube, and that's crazy to think about, right? But back in the day, I did a lot of like writing articles and lessons for some online guitar magazines. I released a 7-string guitar instructional DVD with Shred Academy and some other things like that. I am full of surprises. But there was an old website that was called, I mean, it might still be around. Some of them have definitely shut down post YouTube. But like Chops from Hell was where I met him originally. So I was just a bunch of shredders essentially writing some lessons. And yeah, there's met a lot of cool people back then. And then he was on the podcast that I do sometime last year. He's an awesome guy. But yeah, it's kind of funny. I've like copied him on a bunch of stuff because like at the time in 2008, it's like getting the multi-scale was really rare, and they were one of the only. Maybe I think I remember like Halo guitars coming out after that, and then a couple others like custom shops that were doing it. But yeah, his is so cool because it's the straight bridge here, and then it fans from that point. So it's I think if I were to redo things, I would go for that. it's not that weird to play it, but it is a little strange. Is jumping back and forth at first. Like once you get used to it, it's no big deal. But yeah, I've been pretty fortunate. I've met a lot of cool people doing that, and then through doing studio work and stuff. But I even met like back on the Andy Sneap forum and stuff like that. Before again, when YouTube was just starting, like Ola Englund was on there. That Glenn Fricker from Spectre Sound or Spectre, is that whatever. There's a lot of big YouTubers that were on there along with other guitar players and producers and stuff. So it's interesting. I was pretty fortunate, like timing wise, just to get to chat with all these people from the teaching side and from the performing side. That's where I met Aaron from Seven Horns, Seven Eyes, who had me come out to do those tours with like Jeff Loomis and stuff. So none of that would have happened if it was without like those places, which is kind of wild to think about. Oh yeah, he probably does like to talk about it a bunch. Oh yeah, man, that's awesome. That's a good goal to have. Doing some sort of tour is just from a career perspective is super helpful. It just kind of like it's like an instant level up as far as being taken seriously in the industry. Yeah, the experience and like I'm not like. There are some people that love being on the road. I like doing it for like a couple of weeks, but after that it gets kind of old for me. Yeah, even the shitty tours, the experiences were totally worth it. Where are you located? There's definitely there's some cool ways you can go about booking your tours yourself, and yeah, just like making it happen. Salt Lake City. Okay, cool. I think. So you play in a band now then and everything? Or are you doing solo stuff or something, or? Hey, I understand that. They when I played shows in Salt Lake, it's definitely been a different crowd. It's been a lot of fun, but it's definitely different. So the solo material, cool. There's you should, well, for one, I'd definitely love to check it out. So if you want to send me some stuff or just throw it in the chat or whatever, it'd be cool to check out. But I was gonna say, like, if you're doing solo stuff, you could thanks, man, I appreciate you. You can do like, if you're trying to get like some of the first tours I did were not necessarily like full like band tours, but like clinic tours, and like Guitar Center had us, like 5 of us, go around the country, get like and perform some songs and teach about it, kind of thing. There's some other ways of doing it if you are solo, rather than just using a backing track or trying to find people. But yeah, I appreciate you, man. I'll hope to catch one of your streams soon. It'd be fun. But yeah, it's yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like sometimes I don't know. I the backing tracks can be a lifesaver. Just for everything. But yeah, I'd definitely check out some stuff. Yeah, the bands, most of the time bands are more fun. There's definitely times that's not the case. But generally speaking, I've found that the people that like make it in the music industry, they're generally pretty cool people. There's some of the nicest people I've ever met. What's going on here? Oh, I muted myself. Man, with barely having equipment, I can definitely appreciate that. So once the drummer and bass player are recording my album right now, then I just have to get some guest solos and stuff. But I want to do some sort of tour or something post-release. So sometime maybe in the fall. But I just moved my, I don't know, you can barely see it probably, but the half stack I've got right here, the 6505 and the Mesa Boogie cab, and I never want to do that again. So I'm trying to figure out some sort of more convenient, I've got a student that is on tour that only uses an iPad, so for backing tracks and runs his amp through the VST and stuff. Up. Hey, that sounds cool. The only thing that I don't like necessarily about some of the ultra portable, we'll call them, setups is when I'm on stage, I definitely want the sound being moved on stage. Just straight up in-ears and stuff, I'm not the biggest fan of. I tend to like to wear these earplugs I use and feel the amp moving on stage, but things have gotten a lot better since the last time I was using those. Do the sweeps at the end. Which direction should I go? I like that. Or I could do it. Which arpeggio I'd want to use then. No, this is not for my album. This song is I'm doing a guest solo for Lee Carlson. He's been working on this song for a while, finally getting around to releasing it, and yeah, he asked me to do a little guest bit for him. So yeah, so far I've got that rough recording of this part. I'm kind of hit a wall the last time we were working on it, where I just couldn't make up my goddamn mind. But I've got this one little build up at the end. So like the part before, that's the solo. So, and this is just totally rough stuff, right? Like the rough mix or whatever. So it'll be cool to. It'll be fun to hear the final project. Yeah, that's a good thought. That's a really good way of doing it, because it tends to be easier to get your ideas out that way. I used to carry, before I had a phone, I used to carry around a cassette recorder, just so I could get my ideas out, just, humming them in there like a voice memo kind of thing now. The other thing I think I was mentioning on one of the songs, yeah, real old school. The other thing that I was mentioning that I had to do as like, this is more, less about being stuck and more about like kind of correcting or getting better. Because I a lot of my phrases for a while just didn't have punctuation and just like a run-on sentence. So it might be some cool stuff, but it's kind of like musical ADHD. It's all over the place, and things weren't connected well. So I used to improvise with a restriction of like my breathing. So if I was breathing out, I was able to play, just like a singer is able as they're exhaling, or someone playing a saxophone or whatever. And then when you're inhaling, you either have to be holding that note or release it completely and have like a rest. It's an interesting way of, thinking about all that stuff. I do like those. Ooh, I should totally rip off Loomis. Let's see. I'm hearing some chromatics and stuff, so I think that'll make it more interesting. It's a chromatic. The key changes are happening that way. Yeah, the run-on thing is tricky, man. It's people tend to go through that at some point, but yeah, improvising with restrictions, just as a side note, is a really badass way of getting out of what you're comfortable with. So yeah, ripping them off, exactly right. But yeah, like using only like if you find yourself doing a technique too many times or something like that, your restriction could be you can't use that technique anymore. You can only use certain fingers for like a physical sort of thing, certain, theory restrictions, whatever. But yeah, let's see. Bends feel so different on that multi-scale. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's interesting. Oops. going here? Ninths. That's is that Walking Dead? I don't know. It's I haven't I haven't seen that in forever. But it's funny when things just remind you of it, right? Oh, well, I appreciate the kind words, man, but it's no competition. Yeah, see, I don't want it to be phrasing-wise. We were talking about this the last time I worked on this a bit. I don't want it to be all, like, chunked out, right? Because I could do the same thing for each. Like, let's say I just did a bunch of sweeps, right? It just gets old. So, I want to have, like, longer phrases. Did you I don't know if I saw it. Did you post a link to your stuff? Or if you want, you could email it to me too or something if you want me to, but it'd be cool to check it out sometime. Actually, I did one of the streams I'll be doing again is reviewing people's stuff and kind of showing how I just did one with not former, but like I did it with a couple people's song ideas, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, like me to do that ever, I would definitely like it. My stuff is not on Spotify. This new album will be. There's other things that I've been involved on, like Project Runes, the death metal stuff I've played on, or whatever you want to call that style. Yeah, this new solo album will be. But currently, I don't have my solo stuff on Spotify. Man, it's crazy how, hey, what's up, buddy? I should put that up there. There's, man, I am like the worst at, with being with the times, right? Got an Instagram super late, got, you know, all that stuff, so, I just want to play guitar, man. But yeah, that's a cool one. I should go back and like relearn some of that stuff. I had some cool ideas in there. So did Jeff. If you're not familiar, that was the we sat down. I don't know if you know this either, but we sat down to write something that was originally going to be like just a little 3 to 5 minute kind of song, creating a couple solos, and it turned out to be like what is it, like 23 minutes or something like that. Oops. Let me save this. But yeah, man, time flies. Like with my solo album, I started writing some of that stuff. I don't even want. I don't know. Crazy long time ago. And was it? That's interesting. It must have been. Yeah, time flies. That's pretty crazy. But cool. I saved that link. I'm gonna check that out, and I'm looking forward to it. And Brandon, you have any cool ideas for me for a guitar build? Or anyone? I'd appreciate some. We started talking about it a little bit, but I'm in the market for build. I'm gonna be building one, but oh yeah. Well, when we met, you didn't listen to a lot of this kind of stuff, so honestly, man, I'm not 100% sure on the 7 or the 6. I'm thinking about doing a 6-string because I actually kind of need one for filming some instructional stuff coming up. So I'm thinking a 6-string, and the big things I always like are the stainless steel, enormous frets, and I know I'm gonna do like a hip shot kind of bridge for this first build and keep it kind of simple. But then I've got some plans for like building my dream kind of guitar, you know. We had Alex Weber, who was just on. He played bass on. He's played bass on a lot of stuff, but he was just on tour with Obscura, filling in on bass, playing his crazy fretless death metal bass. It's awesome. But he was talking about like the connection he has with his instruments because he builds it, and like it's more than that. But it kind of resparked the idea of wanting that. So. Oh well, don't fuck up, right? That's the most important thing. I don't know. It's I mean, there's some stuff that's so specific, you know. There's just like, but then there's other things that you can kind of just do what you want with, be artistic, right? There's a lot of things. I'll say there are a lot of things that people say are important that really aren't, you know. And there's also a lot of preference, but the string's nice. Yeah, did you guys see that? I don't know who did it, but it was this guy made a video showing where like the tone comes from, and he like strung the strings across a desk. It's pretty interesting. Sounds a wild thing. So I'm fortunate that my dad has a lot of like exotic woods, and my uncle's a carpenter and stuff, so I've got my access to some stuff. But I'd be so sad if I ruined you know, something really nice on this first one, so I'm gonna go kind of simple. Like I said, kind of thinking wood doesn't matter as much as people think. That, like, I'll have to find that video to link it or post it or something like that. What just happened? My OBS is gradually freaking out. But hopefully this is gonna last. I've got to get going in like 15 minutes anyway to start teaching. But yeah, he had strings in just the pickup versus the pickup actually in a guitar. It was pretty identical. Good quality. Yeah, for sure. It's worth it. The one thing I was talking to a guy. He actually built. He's a guitar builder who mainly does classical guitars. But I was talking a little bit with him. He did do a couple guitars for like Sammy Hagar and stuff, which is kind of cool. But he, what was I gonna say about? When he was talking about like like a lot of times people think that if for a first build they should get something like some really cheap wood and do like, I don't know, something softer, you know, like pine or something. But you have so many more problems doing that it's better to spend a little bit and get quality materials rather than you know, try and cheap out on something, right? Even if, let's say, wood had zero effect on anything, that even in that situation, just as far as everything. Alder. Yeah. The cool thing, I think for sure, I'm gonna do something with Wenge for the neck because my dad has a lot of that laying around. um, so that's pretty cool. Um, but yeah, Alder's a good one. This is the mahogany back. I think the BFR Ernie ball is mahogany as well. Um, but yeah, Alder's also or like Oh, I've never I've thought about getting those blanks from Carvin, but never did. To be finished someday, I get that. Yeah, this is pretty. It's a pretty cool, cool instrument. I kept it pretty simple. It's just pretty, kind of like just a workhorse kind of thing. I did like the flame, but yeah, the neck through on here is pretty awesome. I mean, even actually, I really like the one on the back of my bass. This is a pretty solid neck through as well. I don't remember what the woods are, but in the middle it's flame, and then yeah, I have no idea. I've had too many guitars over the years, and I always forget what they're what's what. But that's the big thing right now that I'm trying to plan out, right? Just get the specs and everything. I actually might. As far as design goes, we were talking at the beginning, I just really want a reverse headstock. Yeah, reverse headstock is one of the things I've never had and I've always wanted. For whatever reason, never done it or never found one. There's always been like one little spec on a guitar that would just drive me crazy. Like Schecter released a guitar a little while ago that I was like, oh, that's really cool. I would totally buy it. And then I realized that the inlays were like a little goofier than I would ever want, and it just kind of ruined it for me. Oh. Do some sort of sequence. Do some. Gotta start slower. So this is actually what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I would do a reversed version of this headstock. I don't know how well you can actually see that, but something kind of along the lines of that. There's I remember there being one that was kind of like that before that I always thought looked awesome, but at the time it was a guitar I couldn't have ever afforded. But yeah, my problem right now is that obviously there's so many options, and I'm just trying to think about how simple, like just keeping it simple, you know. So I am thinking some sort of humbucker in the bridge, and it might keep it simple with just that, or if I do have a neck pickup, it would be a single coil, I think, just something different than what I have. But I really want the extra large jumbo stainless frets and stuff, be able to get up here. That's like the biggest downside on a lot of guitars for me, is not being able to actually comfortably play up here. But I'm stealing ideas from all kinds of builders and stuff like that. Well, here, you can bring this over. Like there's some of these are pretty cool. This one's not too, like, stuff like this. So like I'm probably gonna steal a few things. I'm gonna steal templates from everyone. That's for sure. That one has a weird time loading for some reason, but they've got plans for like this is actually one of them I was thinking about doing. Side note, if you guys are familiar, do you know Vigier guitars? Apparently they are no longer going to be making them after this year. The guy's retiring. And that's a guitar that I've always wanted. Never had the chance, but anyway, I'm just stealing a bunch of plans for stuff like this. But yeah, the Black Machines always looked really, really cool. I remember seeing those years ago and and being like, I really want that. But anyway. I'm hitting all the wrong things on here. Kind of like that, but I don't necessarily like the bluesiness. What is my problem? I'm gonna blame it on the G string. See? Knew it. Always the D string. Yeah, man, this Neural Petrucci plugin is pretty awesome. It's super good. I mean, it's at the point where it's good enough that I might use it for parts of my album. Where in the past I've used this stuff only for tracking, and then once I have, once I figured out or recorded and edited the parts, I would just go ahead and reamp it. Like for my solo album, we're using the 5153, the EVH with a Mesa cab, I think. That's the plan. Well, that could change. Yeah, my hand is tired from playing, but it's also tired from all the wood chopping, and just in general being a pussy. I need to work out more and get my shit together, right? See, I already got those bends in the background more, so maybe I should just go Canuts. Steal from Rick Graham too. Ooh, I could, if I started with thinking of Rick Graham, he has this lick he calls the what the fuck lick. I might have mentioned this the last time, but it's ridiculous. So it's zero. It's basically going up E minor pentatonic, but when you start on the open string, you're doing 3 notes per string, and what we have here. So. Crazy. It's like a split second. Hard to do when the microphone blocks. Yeah, I shouldn't do those with my hand right now. So we have half of it figured out, the ending, right? Since I have to get going, let's end on a good note. Let's do a couple more times through this solo just to see if I can get better, because we got to make sure those harmonies are perfect. I got that part pretty much, but let's see the harmony. I do? Oops. You ever record something and then you don't remember how the hell you made that sound? That's an interesting little bend I did there where there's a little bit of an extra note on accident, but it makes it sound a little bit more dissonant, and I like it. Accidents are the best. But anyway, guys, it's been fun hanging out. I'm looking forward to checking out the submissions that you guys had sent, and I've got some good ones. Trying to think. My brain's not working. This whole not sleeping thing, it adds up real fast. Yeah, so Thursday, I may be working on my solo album. Saturday, I will be for sure. Thursday, I'll either be doing this or some of the viewer submitted stuff. So, anyway, should be. I'm looking forward to it. Should be fun. Let's take a little thing. Let's see. Anyone got an idea of someone we should raid? I don't really see anyone popping up that seems particularly. You know what? I forgot that my OBS and everything froze up on me. So anyway, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna call it a day. You guys are great. Hope you have a good rest of your day, and appreciate you. Have a good one.